My MacBook is pretty much breaking down with a weird keyboard, weird screen, and the webcam not functioning during this important Zoom era, so I got an iPad at the end of last year. Since then, I've been using my iPad for pretty much everything and anything, and it has been a huge productivity and creative machine for me. Here are 6 hobby ideas that have been great to do on the iPad. One of the hobbies that I'm enjoying the most is journaling on my iPad. The best part about a digital journal is that you have the benefits of digital along with the analog handwriting capabilities. This means that you have access to endless digital resources such as pictures or stickers, and you can still enjoy handwriting and doodling on top of them. Note-taking apps such as GoodNotes, which I'm using here, really enhance the writing experience. I created a digital journal that also has a place to track my purchases, where I can take a screenshot of the product, crop out some parts, and log my review. Coming from bullet journaling on a physical journal, I love how much easier it is to decorate, personalize, and keep track of my things. Probably one of the most well-known uses of the iPad is drawing on Procreate, an app for sketching and painting. You've got many different types of mediums at your fingertips: watercolor, charcoal, markers, calligraphy pens, and more. The Apple Pencil is incredibly responsive to pressure, and the drawing experience has been amazing. A lot of artists put a ton of work in creating Procreate brush sets to make sure they feel like the real thing and is intuitive to use. Here I am attempting to recreate a scene from Spirited Away, one of my favorite childhood movies, with watercolor. As a beginner who is just starting to draw again, I love the fact that I can undo and adjust the positions and colors of things after I draw them. I definitely would not have even thought of attempting this if it weren't for these functionalities, so Procreate has made exploring different mediums and drawing styles much more approachable for me. There are also a ton of free tutorials and more courses popping up for digital art and iPad drawing, especially online courses. You can use the split screen view with Procreate to pull up pictures, or you could even place the picture within your artboard to just trace it. I have a lot to learn still, but this was very relaxing even though it took a few days, and it actually turned out better than I expected. I'm super excited for the digital drawing and painting class I signed up for in June to learn more about Procreate. There are also powerful design apps on iOS that are a lot more affordable for people like me who want to design as a hobby and don't want to shell out a pricey subscription fee. On Affinity Designer for the iPad, there are some gesture shortcuts that help when designing. Depending on the number of fingers I hold down, it triggers alignment, duplication, or both. On a design program, you can create greeting cards, stickers, flyers, basically anything. And there's a thriving digital market where you could sell what you create. With the Apple Pencil, it is easier to create vector illustrations since you can draw directly on the screen tracing an image and smooth out the points afterward. If you already have a desktop program but want to use your iPad as a tablet, the iPad also integrates with your MacBook using SideCar. Here I opened a desktop design program on the iPad, which is now functioning as a second monitor to my MacBook, and I can start using the Apple Pencil on a desktop app. Or I could just use it as a dual monitor. With the iPad, I found that I've been able to read more than before. I really like the reading experience on the iPad, and it is comparable to reading on physical books. The only thing missing is that tactile feeling of actually turning the pages. Most books nowadays come in the form of ebooks, and you can download them instantly, so you have immediate access to an entire global library. Navigation within the book between chapters is obviously possible, and my favorite feature is that my highlights are saved and I can quickly jump to that page. You can also configure how your book looks with page color and font to make it easier on your eyes. When I'm taking notes when reading a book, I can use a split screen view and change it to vertical scrolling to make it read like a web page. Similar to my digital journal, I keep a reading journal, and combined with the features of digital readers, I have been reading more consistently. And of course, we can't leave out the fact that the gaming experience on the iPad is amazing. The graphics are stunning for mobile, and the iPad Pro can play games at 60 frames per second, although it will drain your battery like crazy. I especially appreciate the extra screen real estate when de-stressing with a simple app to play the piano. I love the sound of piano and want to learn it, but I'm not very much musically talented, so apps like these are perfect for me. You can also edit videos on the iPad. With an iPad with a USB-C port, it can read from SD cards or plug in an external hard drive to have your video editing software read from that. If you want to get into video editing and want something a little more powerful than free movie editing software like iMovie, but don't necessarily need all the features of full-fledged desktop apps, then I would highly recommend trying out Lumafusion. This app allows you to edit 4K videos relatively smoothly, and you can use the Apple Pencil to scan through the video clips and drop in transitions and audio. It is also especially easy to edit videos taken with the iPhone if you have iCloud enabled. Once you take a video, it is saved to the cloud and you can access it within Lumafusion in the Photos library. Lumafusion also allows for some finer control of things like colors, saturation, and levels, and of course contains some predefined filters. To add a little something quick to the video, I opened up Procreate to create a short animation by handwriting on multiple layers. This can be exported directly to Lumafusion, and to make the background transparent, I use the lighten blending mode. Here's a finished video with those quick edits. I hope you like seeing the 6 hobbies that I've been enjoying on the iPad, and if you want to see more of these in action, check out my other videos. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.
Yesterday